Hello, everybody. Today I have a special guest, Tatiana. I dreamed a lot to invite this wonderful woman to my space. I really admire this lady because she combines everything. She combines beauty, energy, and and youth. Tatiana, thank you for coming.
Thank you for inviting me.
To start with, because all women want to look good, I would like to start with a question. What is the secret? How to maintain this beauty and youth? What can you recommend to the generation of 20 and 30?
Yes, definitely. Nowadays we look better. Women after 40 will look better than women like 20, 30 years old. It's true.
That's true.
Yeah, what do I recommend? I recommend to every time you put something in your mouth, think before you do that. That's, I guess, the most important recommendation. And obviously, sports and taking care of yourself, because we're not getting younger. And less younger you're getting, more you have to think about taking care of yourself.
That's so true.
Yes, as Sharon Stone said once, that when you're 20, the body and the face that you have is what you have. But when you're 40, your appearance, it's what you deserve to have, something like this. So I guess she was absolutely right.
Right. That shows how you were taking care of yourself during these years. By the age of 40, you show to the world what type of living you had.
What kind of investment did you do into yourself?
That's so true. And talking about activities, do you do any sport?
I hate sports. To be honest, I just hate sports. Every time that when I exercise, I'm not very disciplined in this sense, but every time I exercise, every time I walk, every time I hike, every time I swim. Well, I like to swim, but I mean, I'm not a fan of like 3 kilometers swim there and back, something like this. I do what I can do
for pleasure.
Yeah, exactly. I think I have a really good genetics, so that's
lucky you.
That's also a big plus for me. But I really hate sports. I hate gym. I never do exercises like in gym, and I never do diets. I'm completely against that because I think that the diet means that you're kind of limiting yourself in something.
That's true.
And the thing is that when you do the diet, then even if you will lose a few pounds, you will like get back to that or even add some.
I'm talking about good genes. We can actually see that Tatiana has them because Tatiana has 2 daughters. And even being pregnant 2 times and being mama 2 times, she still has this beautiful shape and beautiful body. Tatiana, I admire you. Good job.
Thank you so much.
And you are a very active person. What are you doing in your free time? Because you are a very busy person. You are a very successful person. In Panama, a lot of people know Tatiana. So she's very successful, and I would like to know what kind of hobbies you have.
Oh, I do have a lot of hobbies. My children are already pretty big, so
how old are your children?
18 and 11. So they don't need me as much as they used to need me. So now I have much more free time than I used to have. So yes, I do like to kind of make myself busy. It's important to be busy because when you're not busy, you start to, think stuff that you don't have to think. So I do like to be active. I like to travel a lot. I really believe in that. Every time you have the opportunity, you better invest if you and the money. You better invest this money in the chance to go somewhere where you haven't been before, even if it's the other city, the other town. Here in Panama, we have a lot to see and a lot to do when you do try to find out where to go. Then you can really find a lot of stuff, a lot of interesting stuff. Nature, mountains, beaches, hiking, different kind of
Talking
travel.
about this, she is an expert at this because she is taking care of these people who would like to travel. And if you need any tour, helicopter tour, or any other tour, welcome. Tatiana will tell you
Yes,
everything.
I fly with helicopter a lot recently.
Like every
I wish
week.
I was flying more, but yeah, I fly with helicopter a lot. I was thinking about that not long ago, that it's really fun.
Yes.
It's a bit extreme, but it's fun to fly with a helicopter, actually. Especially here in Panama, when you fly around with a helicopter, you see so much stuff at the same time. When you're flying around the islands, you only see the sea and the island. But here you can see like the city, the jungle, the canal,
And
two oceans at the same time. It will take you maximum an hour to do everything.
Wow. And in 1 hour you will see so many
In
places.
1 hour you will see practically the whole Panama. Especially when you're a busy person, when you are traveling through Panama, because Panama is a transit country and there are a lot of people who are like passing by. So in this case, definitely this is the best option to see everything you want to see in 1 hour, because you see two oceans, you see the whole city, the whole canal with its 5 locks, and you see everything, and it's really great. It's really fun and amazing. It's an amazing tour. I really recommend it.
It sounds like a nice experience. And talking about hobbies, so you do like traveling. This is like a job and hobby at the same time.
Yes. How did they say, if you want to be successful, you have to do what you like, and you will never have to work, something like this.
That's what she does.
Definitely traveling is one of the hobbies. I don't know if there are people who don't like to travel. No, I know
There are
I have a friend that like she's not a fan of traveling at all,
They're very
but I prefer to change the scenery every time I have a chance, because I really love to do that.
So she's not boring.
So no, I'm not. I look boring, but I'm
not at all. And talking about,
I like to sing also. Yes,
I wanted to ask you, because I know that you sing. And when did you start this hobby?
Around 2 years ago.
Oh, recently, quite recently.
I was passing by a complicated situation, and I was looking for something that will like cheer me up. And I did find it, because it really did. And until today, I was thinking about singing not only for fun, but to challenge myself and to work on some fears and stuff. And it really worked. And now, well, I don't have the certificate yet, but I will, definitely.
Is there anything else, something like cooking?
Yes.
Do you like cooking?
I do.
Yes. And what
How
type
do you know that?
food?
I mean, I really don't see it like a hobby. I see it like a duty.
No.
But at the same time, I'm definitely very good at that. Everybody say that. All my ex-husbands said that. And my friends are fans when I go with them to their country houses or somewhere else, because they know that they will eat better than in the restaurant.
Nice. And what is your main dish? Like, what is the dish that you like to cook?
Oh, it depends. Depends on my mood. Depends on what I have. I'm really good at cooking seafood. And
such as
everything: fish, shrimps, especially shrimps. Recently, I do practice a lot of it at my place. Octopus.
Octopus is very hard to cook.
No,
It can be
very
like
easy.
a chewing gum.
No, it's the secret is that you have to boil it really for a long time. That's it, and then it will be really good, and you can do whatever you want with it. And then I can do anything: pasta, salads. The only thing I'm bad at is baking. I
But
really
it's okay, yeah.
don't
Baking
bake.
is bad for the
Exactly.
figure, for the shape, so you don't need to bake.
Totally.
Yeah. And your daughters, what do they like to do? Do they travel with you?
Yes, absolutely. They both like to travel, especially the younger one.
So she's
She
gonna
doesn't
replace
need,
you.
yeah, she doesn't need an invitation. She always like, oh, you want to
Where
go
are we
there? Yeah, where are we going? Oh, I'm going with you. Not long ago, I told you I was invited with my one of my friends. He owns huge buses, and they travel to Costa Rica and Nicaragua. And he said that they're going to have a trip to Nicaragua, and by bus, and it's like 24 hours one way by bus. And the Thai said, oh, I want to go, let's go. But we didn't go because we didn't have the
Mama didn't want to go?
vaccine. No,
Ah.
we didn't have the real reason was we didn't have the vaccine of yellow fever, and it was necessary to enter to
Is it
Nicaragua.
hard to do here?
It's not, but you have to go to do it, and then you have to wait like 10 days, and
I
only after that you
understand.
can travel,
Because it needs to work.
sort of.
Okay, that's true. So Thais is gonna replace you after you get tired of this career. That's good. So she will continue the business, the family business.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
And how is it to be a mom of two daughters? A lot
A
of
single mom
hormones.
of two daughters.
Even harder.
Definitely.
And now they're teenagers.
Yes.
So how do you manage? Why you are still looking so good? Why your eye is not moving?
It's moving a lot sometimes. We didn't have any kind of arguments, no fights in a couple of recent days, so that's why I'm still like calm. But yes, it's hard. Trying to practice all the time. I'm still learning. I'm not very good at that. To be grateful for the kids that I have, because definitely I was lucky to have. They both are very beautiful, very smart. They speak a few languages, and
They're
obviously,
healthy.
and they're healthy. Exactly, it's really important, because health definitely is very important for everything for us. One of the most important things. And yes, I do appreciate that I have them, and that's exactly what helps me to like maintain, not to lose my temper. So sometimes it doesn't, but sometimes it does. That yes, I'm telling myself that they are really, really good girls.
What about video games? Do they play any video games?
Yeah, they do.
Right?
I have no idea which ones, but they do. They're not that much into video games. They're like more into series.
And what kind of series do they watch? In Spanish, in English, in Russian?
In English? No Russian at all. For some
Do they
reason,
speak Russian?
they do speak Russian. Well, they both grew up here. Their Spanish is better than their Russian, definitely. At the same time, I was always convinced that I have to give them Russian. I have to work on them not to lose mother language, because
So
I always thought it was their mother language, but at the same time now I really doubt that, because I mean their father is Cuban, so, but I'm Russian, so I guess I really don't know if mother language is which the one that, where do you receive your mother language from? That's my question.
I do believe the mother language is the language that you use on daily basis. That becomes your mother language.
But I do use Russian on daily basis, but they respond to me in Spanish. I insist on my younger daughter to read to me in Russian.
Wow.
And she is reading. The thing is that she probably doesn't understand the meaning of some words. Now, not all of the words, of course, but some words.
But it's normal.
but she reads.
That's good. No, I didn't teach Sophia how to read.
I didn't either.
Oh, she did it herself?
No, we had to spend a year in Russia during the COVID time. It was like 10 months or 11 months we spent there, and she was studying at school.
That's great.
And it was first grade, so it's exactly when she learned to write and to read in Russian. I'm not sure if she can still write in Russian, but she reads in Russian pretty much.
So you see, in Russia, they teach well. That in 1 year they managed to make somebody who doesn't speak the language well to teach how to read and write. That's impressive. And soon Tatiana is going to Russia. Are you excited about that? Did you miss your mother home country?
No.
Many years you haven't been to Russia.
Oh, well, since we returned in 2021.
So it's like 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's not actually that bad, 4 years.
Today in our reality, not all of the airfare companies are providing these services. There are only two options. So
Turkish Airlines.
Well, two options. We're flying with Airflot.
Wow.
From Cuba. Through Cuba.
Nice, not bad. But I bet it's cheaper than Turkish Airlines.
That's the reason why we're doing that. There are three of us and I'm a single mom, you know.
And now we're gonna do the red lips. So when we do the red lips, unfortunately we cannot talk that much.
Oh, okay.
So we will stop the video and we will come back. Already, sexy red, sexy Russian red. And we are almost done. And before we finish our talk, I would like to know, how is the experience of living in Panama? You've been living here for more than 15 years. And what can you say to those people who, for example, think to move to another country? Would you recommend Panama as a country to live?
No. No, I won't recommend as a country. I mean, I will recommend Panama as a country to live in case that you don't need to work. In case that you don't need to look for a job. I mean, you need to work. Obviously, everybody needs to work. But in case you don't need to work to look for a job,
like if you have online,
and your salary expectations are really kind of high, in this case, definitely Panama is not the right place for that. In case that you have ideas for investments, you have money, you kind of don't need to be hired. In this case, probably Panama is a right place for you, because as a country, Panama is great. I really love the climate, especially comparing to Moscow.
Yes,
it's definitely the best climate in the world. You're used to not to think about what to wear. And the country is really beautiful, all this green that you are. So I really appreciate that we can like watch all this green colors the whole year, because the city is green and the whole country is so green. We have a lot of rainforests and jungle everywhere, animals and birds everywhere. My kids grew up watching animals and birds. It's really important for you to be a kind person, to be a person that is the empath. And
to love nature.
To love nature and to love animals. And I mean, it is really beautiful. The country is beautiful. Obviously, it has its own disadvantages, but
work-wise,
who doesn't?
So that's definitely not a country where you can build your career if you don't speak the language, and it's not so easy to find a job. I agree on that.
Yes.
Unless you have a type of job that you work online.
Yeah, exactly. Or you sell or buy Bitcoin or something like this.
Right. Where you don't need to speak the language.
Yes.
You just work online. But you do enjoy living in Panama.
Yes.
Right.
I'm already, it's my home. It's not that I enjoy it, or whether I believe that I'm here for so many years, I don't even think about, I mean, returning to Russia, not, of course. Sometimes I'm thinking about moving somewhere else close to here, but not back to Russia, obviously. But generally speaking, I think that you like create the place where you live by yourself. So, and the decision that you take, if you think that this decision is right, then it's right. No one else can change it.
That's
so. I don't understand the people who are coming to Panama and they sit like thinking, is this the right thing I did or not? So I believe that if you've done that already, if you're already here, then just
already built your life without doubt.
Exactly. Stop second guessing yourself. So yes, I do enjoy life here, and I really think that this is a beautiful country, and I'm very grateful to Panamanians that accept us here, and they are very nice people, very friendly people. They don't hate us as many Russians are asking. Is there any tension between you guys? No, not at all. You know that. Never felt anything, because for us, for them, we're like guests, and they're really they like us.
That's true. They're treating us as well. And I like Panama because, as you said, it's a transit country and there are a lot of nationalities. So if you don't speak Spanish, at least you can survive with English.
Mm-hmm. And many people do.
Right. And to finish our conversation, Tatiana, what would you suggest to women to do in the difficult situation? Any advice?
I'm always in a difficult situation. So I think that women, many women are pretty much in difficult situations all the time, and sometimes we put ourselves in the difficult situation. I think that when you're in a difficult situation, you have to stay calm. It's very important to breathe and not to take any decisions that can damage you. Because when you're too emotional, when you're depressed, when you're sad, when you're lost, you can take the wrong decision. So I really think that it's important to stay calm and to find support. This is one of the most important things. We always have to have our plan B, and we have to have a support system. In every case is different. Some of us have friends, some of us have family here. People here, for example, they're very family oriented, and they look for the support in their families. In my case, I have my family in Russia still, so I don't have any family here, but at the same time I have really good friends that are always here for me, and they are I don't know what I did that I deserve these people who surround me here, and I really appreciate it. So this is the thing. You have to look for the support, you have to stay calm, and you have to do your best to stay in a positive mood, in a positive direction. You have to not lose this positive kind of thinking, perspective, even if everything is falling apart. You have to, because if you will lose it, then you're lost, and it will cost a lot to stand up and to move on.
So see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly.
And never lose hope. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for coming. It's been a pleasure to have you here, and I really enjoyed our talk. You are a star. Thank you.
Thank you.